Hey guys, welcome back to the Film School Dropout. Today I'm here with my friend Walter. Everybody say hey.
Howdy.
Hey
Wait, just like
Walter.
hi. Also known as the baddest.
Also known as, get into
Also
it.
known as Red, thank you.
Big Red, not the little one.
Never the little one.
Okay. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about just non-traditional journeys. Walter and I have known each other for years now. We started out working at Facebook together, and today we're just going to be talking about what it looks like to navigate a quote unquote traditional path, quote unquote dream job, dream school, but dreaming beyond that. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Okay, great.
First, I'm going to start with asking you, like, who are you? What are your interests? How did you end up in New York?
Okay.
What's top of mind for you these days?
So my name is Walter. I'm originally from gorgeous Prince George's County, Maryland, period. I am an artist at heart.
Yes.
If you would have asked me when I was like 4 years old, 5 years old, like what do you want to be when you grow up, I would always say I wanted to be an artist.
Did you have a specific kind of artist that you
Yeah, I
wanted
wanted
to
to
be?
be a visual artist. So I would always like steal copy paper from the printer in my house and I would just draw all day, like pencils,
Wow.
whatever. I did a lot of like, really like looking back on it, it was more like fashion design.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've always watched cartoons, super inspired by them even to today. So I would like see a cartoon and I would see like an image. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go draw that. Or I'm like super inspired by that. And I would like do my own rendition and I would just draw and draw and draw. You know, I also dance.
Yes.
So I danced coming up in like the Christmas plays. And these were huge Christmas plays, like huge. First of all, if you've ever been to the Six Flags in Maryland, right across the street is like a mega church, and that was what I was part of.
Okay, period.
So like we would have like Donnie McClurkin would perform, Yolanda Adams, the Winans, Mary, all the big gospel singers of the time. So we was really in there dancing, breaking it down. And then when I got to high school, I joined the step team. Them Raider boys, best step team in the world.
Period.
Ask your mama.
I just went to a step class over the weekend.
Clock that
It was
team,
fun.
clock that team. And so when I got to school, that's where I feel like I really locked in on my creativity. So I've always loved fashion. So I did all of my internships in luxury fashion in New York. So I went to school in Philly, I went to Penn, and I would spend my summer in New York. So I worked at Monique Payon, which is a fine jeweler, Tom Brown, which is a huge menswear brand, my favorite one, and then also worked at Luxottica, which owns like all of the eyewear market. So I was a luxury marketing intern. So I did marketing for their luxury portfolio at the time. That was Chanel, Prada, Dolce, Persol. It was like 12 different brands, Miu Miu, list goes on. And so,
did you enjoy doing that at the time? Because like it's fashion.
Yeah.
So was it what you expected that it was gonna be?
Yes, and well, I guess which internship specifically?
I guess the one where you're working for Chanel and Miu Miu and all
That
of that.
one?
Because that's the eyewear one, right?
Yeah, the eyewear one. So with Luxottica, I really liked it a lot because my manager, like we would have daily check-ins, and she realized really early on that I really like to make PowerPoints. So she had me making her PowerPoints, teammates PowerPoints, and that was really great for me because it was like, oh my God, graphic design, yes. So
Yes, making
that was really
PowerPoints
fun. I did my big project was a competitive analysis. So basically, Luxottica at the time they were merging with Excelor. So if you actually look it up, it's Luxottica Excelor now. But Luxottica is, I want to say, an Italian company, and they really make the most. They're like, at the time, they had like a 40-50% market share of like frames in the world. And they were merging with Excelor, which is a French brand, and they're the number one producer of lenses.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was so my project was, well, now, like, if you heard of like Gentle Monster and like smaller designer sunglasses brands were starting to take market, and they're like, okay, what can we do to really like stop that from happening? So that was what I was focused on. But like I would say my most fashion internship was at Tom Brown. because I was on the sales team, so that meant going to like Barney's before it was open. Was it Bergdorf Goodman, Dover Street Market, and like I would watch the actual sales team train the people who were at the retailers and like, okay,
wow.
this coat costs $5,000 because
The stitching is
because this is made from like horsehair, or this bag is this big but it's super expensive because it's actually not made in a bag factory, it's made in a cabinet factory because it's shaped like a penguin and it has a hinge and it opens and it's made of wood and it's covered in leather. It's not any leather, it's this leather from England and blah 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 blah. So I think what I really like, I loved Ugly Betty growing up. So
she's a queen.
So when I had my first fashion internship at Monique Payan, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be like abused, like, like
Double Wears Prada.
Right, I was like, I'm ready for my moment.
Yes,
they were a lot nicer, so I was like, okay.
You're like, where's my trauma?
Right. So it's not what it's not what I expected. I guess like a lot of it isn't what I expected.
But you still enjoyed it?
I definitely still enjoyed it because I think like, especially at Tom Brown, that was like actually my only internship out of the three that was actually focused on clothes.
Okay.
One was jewelry and the other one was glasses, accessories. Right. So like you would walk into the office, and so another thing about if you've like the Tom Brown employees, like if you go into any Tom Brown store, even the corporate office, one, they all look the same. So marble floors, marble walls, they're really big on gray. And also everybody's in uniform. So they're in the brand head to toe. Like the brand is really focused on uniformity. But the suits at that time are like $5,000 or something like that. So the interns didn't get clothes.
Got it.
And so we got to wear whatever we wanted. So like when you come in and it's like, okay, there's like the whole office of people in the same outfit or close to the same outfit, and then you come in and you're wearing something else, and so they like come up and they're like, because you know the regular person's like, oh, I like your outfit. They're like, I like your outfit. They're like, can I? I'm like, okay. They're like, so they want to touch, so they go like this. They're like, okay, this is how this is made. Like
they're making sure the stitching is making sense.
Yeah, they're looking for like the details and like the construction. That's where I really gained like an appreciation of like, okay. And then also like of like, you know, what to look for, and then also like when we would do these site visits, so we basically make sure that the Tom Brown section of Bergdorf Goodman was looking like up to grade standard. We will also like, so they would be talking to like the sales associates, and then they would tell the interns like, hey, like sneak away and see what the other brands are doing, how much it costs, you know, do you think
competitive analysis,
but like at Tom Brown was more so in person, and El Exotica it was more digital.
Okay.
Like looking on the website, cost of things, what they're offering, like stuff like that. So that was really great. And then also at Penn, I was the director of the fashion show.
Period.
So that was great. And I also I was the creative director of the hip hop contemporary dance troupe, Strictly Funk. So I feel like at school I really got to dive into that creative side while also being an academic environment, which is like, at least in my experience in grade school, it was kind of more one or the other. I mean, I locked in on the academic part because, you know, that's what we're supposed to do, quote unquote.
Right.
And so after graduating, been at Facebook since then. So
how did you end up at Facebook after doing the fashion stuff?
It's actually a really funny story because essentially, I woke up one day and I went to a job fair in the Huntsman building in Wharton. And at that time, I was a senior, so I've been recruiting so intensely that I actually went up to the Facebook table and I like said Google, like, oh, I Google blah, blah, blah. She didn't even really clock it. but it'd
be like that sometimes.
But I slid her my resume and all she saw was like, marketing experience, sales experience, and you know, our job is literally the intersection of both. So she was like, oh my God, you're the perfect one for this. And I was like, okay, really? Okay. So slid her my resume. She took the resume. Maybe like a month or two later, they came back to school and they spoke to the Black Wharton Association. I had missed the whole meeting because I was probably work study or something. Show up to like the last 5 minutes. It's the same recruiter. Period. So I walk up and I'm like, hey, girl, da da da. She was like, yeah, I know you, blah blah blah. She was like, yeah, your interview. Somebody's gonna call you soon. Your interview is gonna be for this day. So I actually never. Now that I think about it, I actually never even put in like a formal application for the job. I just kind of went right to the interview screening.
It's funny because same.
Okay, good. And then the other thing is when they flew me to Austin to actually do the interview, they gave me the wrong case study. So the case study I had been studying like was not what they gave me. So I think they kind of threw out the interview. So like they couldn't like ding me or they couldn't like help me.
Right.
So
they were like, our vibes alone, you still got it.
But I would say like out of like the 7, like I interviewed actually with Alicia.
Oh,
like
I love
we were
that.
like in the same room. We were like, girl, what is you doing here?
Alicia is our other friend.
Shout out to her. So it was like 7 of us in the room and like 5 of us got it.
Okay.
Nigel was also there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we was in there.
You know, I actually interviewed in Austin too. I was in Austin at the time. That's where I went to college.
So that was my first time in Austin. I was in my hotel room like, yes, corporate daddy.
Yes. I love that. So it was really kind of unexpected that you ended up there.
It was unexpected. And so I've been there ever since. You know, since then, I've actually become a creative subject matter expert.
Period.
So I help not only my clients and other people's clients on like the actual videos or images that you see on the platform. And then I also am part of the Meta Fashion Council.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we have a partnership with the CFDA. And so basically they're able to reach out to us for like help, you know, insert brand here. They're like, I don't know anything about paid ads. How do I start my paid ad journey?
I see.
And actually, most of those conversations really don't talk about paid ads. And 90% of the time, they're like, organic. Here's my Instagram. I want more followers. I want more engagement. What is your opinion? And usually it's more like reels. Or like, you know, show us the behind the scenes. Be more authentic. Be more chill. It doesn't have to be as
hyper curated.
Yeah, hyper curated as people believe. So that's been nice.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, way back in the day, I did do wardrobe styling for a short film. That was really fun. I took a sewing class like the year after, so I'm like a beginner sewer.
Okay, that's good to know. I might need to be calling you.
And more recently, you know, I started DJing. I'm really liking that and getting back into painting. So I have like finishing some pieces soon, so I'm gonna be like posting them, sharing the journey with the people, with the fans.
Yes, I think sharing what you do is always really important because it's not even about like the result. It's just about journey. Yeah, and it's about inviting others into that because so many people I think want to create or lean into a new hobby or try something new, but find reasons to not do that.
Yeah.
So it's like when you do it and you share it, it allows for, you know, engagement and conversation and just like a community around it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And my goal, at least with the DJing stuff, is to definitely try out loud. And so like I posted my first reel of me DJing like less than 24 hours from me like downloading the software for the first time.
Yes.
And I'm such a perfectionist. So like my motto like for a while has been done is better than perfect.
Yes, I love that.
So I'm like, you know, if it's crunchy, all right, then it's crunchy. I'm not Kim Kardashian. No one's really going to see this like that. And if you hating, all right, you're not my first hater, won't be my last.
Period. You know what I mean?
And then like,
I love that.
And over time, like, you know, I've gotten a few videos up and it's like, okay, if the future me comes back and like, hey, this is crunchy, it's deleted. Like, so what am I losing? You know?
Nothing.
So that's what I'm trying to like stay on is just
I'm proud of you.
Like not just releasing it into the world and not really caring.
Yes, I'm proud of you. That's what I feel like I'm doing with the podcast. Okay. It's like, let's just do it, you know, create a space for yourself, you know, and I think with the internet now where it's like a digital journal in a way, you know, so I just love that you're doing it. And you just did your first DJ set this weekend.
Thank you. Done is better than perfect.
Yes.
And I'm excited. So what now my challenge is, I need to post about it.
Right, I know.
So I have to pull all those things together, and maybe that's what I should do today because I gotta at least announce it, you know.
Yes, and why not? You know, you did a podcast today.
Okay.
You can post about the DJ set. It's just that's the momentum of the week.
Yes,
you know?
yes, and like I'm very proud of like because the little stuff I will post on Instagram, like I work on for like 2 weeks max, and it'll be like a minute long. But since this was my first DJ set, that was like I'm here for a party, so I made like 3 hours or something set. So it's like okay, now I have so much more to choose from.
Yes.
And I guess that's like the analysis paralysis of it all. It's like what look, because you know, Instagram is always about the 6 second, the hook, the this, the that.
That's what we learned. That's what we teach at the job. It's
So
the first
like,
3 seconds are important.
I'm like, all right, so they're not gonna listen to all 3 hours. So you know, I just need to just get it out there.
Yes, and you can play around with the different formats and whatnot.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about, you've listed all of these dynamic activities you participated in.
Yes.
The baddest indeed. How do you go about making time and space for it while you're pursuing your corporate job, pursuing other endeavors that we'll get into, but like, what does that balance look like for you? Has there been burnout? Were there times where you weren't able to lean into your creative side at all? What changed? And like, could you just talk about making space for it?
I would say to answer a question you asked me that I forgot to answer before, which was like your next step. So my next step is I'm also going to business school in the fall. So that's been great for me because like one, that was like a 2-year process for me. I think you were a little bit quicker, but like, so mentally, I've been slowly detransitioning out of the job for a long time. So it wasn't about balancing my corporate life. It was like, girl, this could go to the side. I really want to focus on this because another thing is once I like got into school and like the reality of the financial aspects set in, I was like, I can't make $0.00 at period, because even when I was in undergrad, I had like a work study job. I don't know what the situation is going to be in grad school, but I was like, I would really love if my quote unquote side hustle was a creative pursuit. Like, even if it's like a little DJ thing here and there to, buy a chicken sandwich, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So I've definitely prioritized it. So I probably started like around like the Christmas time. So I had so much time on my hands. So like I would spend all day doing it and I would just be like posting like for that little break into the little January, like I would post like maybe twice a week of like the DJ stuff. So I had all the time. And then once my job came back in, I was like, oh my God, like my job really do be interrupting things. Because like when you're on break, you're like, oh my God, my life. And then I was like, wait, like I see now because you become decent because you
just forget a little bit.
It's just
over
so much like
break.
the compartmentalization of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in my job, but like I'm like, this is not the real me. So diving back into my creativity and like inspiring myself made the points in my life that were uninspiring. It felt more of a stark difference.
That's interesting.
But something that's really helped me prioritize time creatively has been the book The Artist's Way, which I highly recommend.
Yes.
So really, the first thing is like journaling every day. That's been really helpful. And something that they talk about is like it's not about how much you get done. It's like you moved it forward, even if it's like a little bit in the day. And another book I'm reading, I really like self-help books, by the way. Another book that I really liked was Atomic Habits. I have not finished it. But one of the things that I learned, it was like, a habit, like sometimes even if it's doing something for 2 minutes, that's fine. So like when it comes to more so painting, like I'm like, because I had to do this performance, I've been like super serious about like moving the DJ set forward every day. But it's like I'm looking at the same painting. I know what I want to do to it, but I don't want to sit down, pour the paint, do this.
It's a whole thing.
So I would tell myself like, okay, 2 minutes. Do it for 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
One stroke.
And sometimes it's 2 minutes, but usually it's more than 2 minutes because it's like once you reach that flow state, it's like, oh, let me finish it. So it's really just about starting. And even if you don't move it far, just inching it along. So I'm still kind of learning that balance, but I'm grateful that I am in a time in my life where I could kind of deprioritize the corporate aspect of it without any fear of repercussion. Because the best thing they could do is lay me off, and I already missed that train, so they stuck with me until I quit.
Keep your fingers crossed. You never know. These days,
Right, let me know.
But that's interesting that like you kind of needed that, knowing that you're like locked in on leaving before you were like, okay, I can blossom into this area. And that's just because I had a different approach. But I'm a little more chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
And but we used to work together in the same office. And one thing about Walter, I feel like you did always find ways to express yourself, whether it was through fashion or like we hosted that party together back in
Afro
Chicago.
2020, like that. See, raise the money for Off the Street Club.
Yes, that was a great time. And so it's just interesting to hear that like you kind of you had to like get to a point where you're like, okay, I can do this, because that might be the case for a lot of people listening. Like not everybody is unhinged like somebody like me and can, do XYZ. Plus, I had moved jobs and went to a job that was like really, really chill, and it was fully remote.
Right.
So that opened up me to start doing all my different like side quests and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting because I didn't know that it was kind of like a mental check for you to be like, okay, now I can.
Yeah, I think like the conversation I was having internally is like I always knew I was a creative person, and I think those that were close to me always knew I was a creative person because you could just see it. But it was just like, but what have I created? I was like, ooh. I was like, Walter, we need to get some points on the board. So it was like more of a challenge to myself. I was like, because also again, done is better than perfect.
Yes.
Because I'm the person I will ruminate and go over like a million times. So for example, a little story like my best friend who I DJ for her birthday this weekend. The reason how we got close is we were on the same dance team in college, and we were tasked with choreographing a piece. So I had to work with her to make this, and we had not weren't really friends before, not really closely. So it was funny because like, we had made it, we had a great time, whatever. Maybe a year later, she's like interviewing for jobs. And like I came up in her interviews because they were like, oh, tell me about a time where it was like you were on a team and it wasn't as easy. And they were like, yeah, I thought I was a perfectionist until I met a perfectionist. And I was like, is that me? Like,
you're like, can't be me.
Can't be me. But I'm like, now I see, because you think it's like such a good thing. And in some ways it can help you, but in also a lot of ways it like held me back from being crunchy and visible.
Wow, that's so profound. I never knew that.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the painting journey though, because I feel the same way about painting. I have not made the time and I really want to. Like I really miss it.
Yeah. I mean, where I stem from my painting is like I just hang it up in my house and it's just what I like to see. But yeah, I'm close. I'm finishing things soon. Like I have 2 things finished. I want to finish the 3rd and just do like a little dump situation.
I love that.
Yeah, so
I love that. And I just saw Adam over the past weekend.
Okay, good.
And I was saying like we need to do a painting date in the park. Like once it's warm.
And I need to link with her because she lives right by me. We were supposed to meet up, but it didn't happen. But yeah, she's definitely inspiration. Yes. I don't think I'm definitely not going to get up to that. I think that's her name.
Yeah, for real. She got that.
But
she got that.
For me and my spirit, it can go up in my home.
Yes, yeah. And that's enough. That's enough. Because it's like you have your DJ lane, you're sharing that journey outwardly. You have your painting that's a little bit more personal, more for you. And that's great. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's great. So now I want to talk about this next step.
Okay.
And what are your thoughts on how business school is going to advance your creative journey at this juncture? What are you hoping to like get? Because I think that's kind of the interesting topic of like, we're probably your more non-traditional business school students. Like, it's not giving banking. For me, it's not giving consulting.
Me either.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to speak for you. I figured that, Yeah. And so those are the main categories whenever you go to business school. And we already have worked at one of the most popular tech companies. So for us, it is more of a really molding your own path when you're entering in on this journey. So I'm just curious for you, like, what are your thoughts, especially now that you have been able to lean into some of your hobbies a little bit more? Like,
yeah, I would say like 3 things. So the first one is like, a big reason why I wanted to go to business school is for the socialite aspect, like expanding your network. I feel like at undergrad for the most time I was like a little too good and a little too focused on school. So this time I want to challenge myself to just be a little bit more in the parties, in the mess, in the mix, and the drama.
Okay, Cardi.
Work on my storyline.
Yeah.
So that's
plot development.
Yeah, so that's one thing. So like the network too, like I'm hoping like the school part doesn't become too much where it stops my creativity, because in a way like what I was saying is like, okay, one of the reasons why I like decided to convert on the DJ thing was a bit of a financial aspect of like, hey, I want to have a skill that's creative that I can potentially make a little coins from while I'm at school. So I think like having my financial backing no longer be there, I think that is going to like challenge me to see. I was like, okay, if I do prioritize my creativity, what can that look like?
Right, how will it blossom?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a financial aspect, but that would be nice. And now that I'm a little bit more pressed to make up some finances, maybe that's the motivation I need to do that creativity. And then the other thing is like entrepreneurship. So I definitely want to, at some point, own a business.
Yes.
Ideally in the fashion space, but it doesn't have to be.
I own businesses.
Thank you. And so, like, from an education aspect, like, so my undergrad is in communications and consumer psychology.
Oh, okay, period.
And so I didn't get like that traditional business education. We're talking about accounting, finance, all of the unsexy stuff. But if my goal in life is really to own a business, it could only help me to learn those things.
100%.
So like for like the entrepreneurship education is also another reason. And I think that also ties in super well with being a creative individual, period. Because if you are like an artist, a full-time creative, you do own a business. It's just you and your products, which is your creativity products, wherever they are. So those are some of the so those are like what I'm looking for in the MBA experience. And what I will say is I definitely do think that took me out of the running for certain schools. And it also makes my experience a lot different. Like even, for example, even before we start school, we're going to a seminar, pre-M&A seminar. There's like multiple. I've been invited to 3, but I'm only going to 1 because I'm being forced to. But the reason why I'm like turning down all these opportunities is because they're literally not for someone like me. Because it's like, we have your BGC, we have McKinsey, we have Goldman Sachs. And when you say all those names, yes, they're big and sexy. Average business school student, wet in the pants.
Right. Right.
And I'm just like, but if I don't want to be a banker or a consultant, is there no opportunity for me? And I think it might be more of like a on-campus, you're at the event, making yourself known situation. But that's like one of the things I'm like really realizing in real time is like, damn, I am different. Damn, I am special.
Yes. And you was kind, you was smart, and you was important. Okay.
Thank you.
But I really resonated, especially with your second point, where you were talking about like I know what you were saying.
Forcing yourself from a financial...
Yes, because that's kind of like the chapter I'm heading into post-grad. Because I'm like, I'm going to give myself a window to do my creative thing.
Which is? The short film.
The short film, the podcast, interior design, painting.
Well, I love it.
You know, but I am going to be focusing, I'm going to be putting the majority of my energy to the short film. But there are those other things that, you know, we'll hopefully have time to continue growing. And, you know, maybe it'll bring that dog out of me. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
And even when it comes to making content about the stuff I do, I make content, but I don't, again, it's crunchy. Like, it's not, it's
I wouldn't say crunchy. You definitely have some clout. TikTok. TikTok, stand up.
It's quiet because I don't live in that loft anymore. It's quiet.
It wasn't just the loft they cared about. They care about the lifestyle.
Okay, period. Yeah. So yeah, I want to like step up the lifestyle content and things like that. So just fully leaning in. So I really understand business school gives you that buffer to explore so many different paths. And I think so many people actually limit themselves by being very one track minded when it comes to just like a traditional business career coming out of business school. There's so much more you can do. There's people who are starting their startups during business school because you have access to so many resources. There's people who, I don't know, do all kinds of other things too. So, and to your third point, that feeling of being like, oh, I really am different is only going to continue. Yeah. Like, even now, I need not actively recruiting, getting ready to graduate. When I tell people that, sometimes they're like, for real? Like, there's some people that get it. There's a lot of people that are like, are you for real? And it's like, yeah, because...
So when you mean not actively recruiting, you're just like, I'm not sitting in the application.
So in today's day and age, you got to a little bit. Like, I'll still be doing the easy apply on LinkedIn.
Okay, good.
I keep my eye out.
Right.
But I'm not doing the can you refer me right now or, you know.
You know you could be going harder and you're choosing not to.
Yes, I'm choosing not to because I know, one, I need some time to just like exist. I've been like going a mile a minute for years. Yeah. I just need to exist.
Yeah.
And me existing is still doing all those million other things, but it's like without having to have like a double life, you know. It's like, let me just live my creative life for a little bit, because I only had a 1 month break between me leaving my job and starting school, and that month I used to move.
Okay.
So
from Atlanta, out of your loft.
Yes, out of a 2-bedroom, 2-bath into a studio. Yeah, it was crazy. It was insane. So I need a break.
Far away too.
Yeah, far away. Yeah. So I need a break. So.
Yeah. It's good. You said like regress the double life, and I just saw Hannah Montana taking the blonde wig off.
It's me looking like
you're entering your Miley Cyrus era. Can't be tamed.
Yeah, I'm coming in like a wrecking ball. So basically, it's okay to be on that non-traditional side because there's a lot that are at these schools that maybe not be on the pamphlet or at the forefront, but it's in like the speakers that are coming to your class, the conferences, and just the having the email address, no shade, you know? So to that point, the social aspect, expanding your surface area, it's going to be tea. I'm really excited for
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope anybody who is listening today really like got to see what it's like to be a person that's very creative in these more traditional spaces. We're out there. We're here for you, you know? And I hope you got something from it. And just knowing that you don't have to follow the exact same path someone else is. You can be at Facebook. You can be at a top 10 MBA and still want more for yourself beyond that. Like, give yourself permission to do that, permission to explore, and life will meet you where you meet it.
Thanks for joining my podcast. I'm lying. But yeah, same. I'm really excited to see what you get into, and likewise, and I'll be reaching out to you for all the study tips because you know I'm just not starting my journey.
I wasn't doing that.
Okay, well,
you'll be.
I think that's what I need to learn is like perfection. Is like Walter, we're not going for all A's. Is what I need to tell myself.
That's a great takeaway. Getting it done over being perfect. Let it be a little crunchy.
Yes. Invisible.
Invisible. Period. See you next time on Film School Dropout, guys. Bye.